Hey YouTube, Joe Walker here at Def Digits Guitar Lessons. I've got two quick power chord riffs, Tom Sawyer and All-Star from my student Connor. And Tom Sawyer is going to use power chords at the 12th fret. All four of these power chords would be on root on the 6th string. We can do it that way. We could move those over to the 5th string if the frets are too cramped up here. I'm going to show you first how to do them all on the 6th string. 12th fret, then you go to 10th fret, and to 5th fret, and then 8th fret. If you don't like doing that 12th fret up there, you can do the same thing, root 5, 7th fret, right there. 7th fret, and then if you don't like 10th fret, you can do 5th fret. So on root 5, you can go 7, 5, and then on root 6, come down to, fret 5, and then fret 8. And even those two chords, you could move those over to the A string too. Fret 5 becomes fret 0 if you're doing root 5. And fret 8 becomes fret 3 if you're doing root 5. So let me quickly show you both ways. Between all of these chords, you're going to do a little dun dun dun. Like that. You're hitting low, open low E string. So right after that, boom, 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 bam, your power chord has to be ready to go right after you get those 3 hits on the low E string. 10th fret, now we go to 5th, and 8th. Again, that's 12, then 10, then 5, and 8. If I do all of those chords on the A string, and you can mix and match if you want to keep them all right around here. You can go some of them rooted on the 5th string, some rooted on the 6th string. But if I do all of them on the A string, I'm going to go start at the 7th fret, root 5. Then we go to 5. Then we go to 0. And then 3. So I think my preference would probably be probably 2 on each. Here, 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 here for those 4 chords. But in the moment, if I were to play this song, I might sort of mix and match however I feel like, because I can find all of those chords in those 2 different locations. So practice it both ways. See what you like for each chord. Let's move on to the All-Star riff. This is the chorus riff for All-Star. Let's see, it goes. And I'm probably too dirty right now. This is, in the song, it's 2 guitars. There's a clean guitar and there's a pretty light crunch guitar. So you can hear one of those chords is not quite a power chord. We're starting on root 6, 3rd fret. We hit that 3 times. Then we go to root 5, 3rd fret, and hit that 2 times. Then we're going to move up a fret to 4th fret, except in this case, we're going to have your ring finger there. You can take that off, put your middle finger on the 5th fret of the D string. So now we're getting these 3 notes. A string, 4th fret, D string, 5th fret, and G string, 6th fret. That sounds awful by itself, doesn't it? It says 2 stacked tritones. Does not sound like it would work when you take it out of context. It sounds really crunchy and dissonant. And try to do it with these fingers that I've got here. Finger 1, finger 2, and finger 4, because then that finger 4, that allows you to slide between the other power chords that you need in order to do this. So if we put it in context, we're going to go, let's see, the strumming goes 3 on this, 2 on this, 3 on this, 2 on this. Oops, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Then we're going to put mutes in between. So your your strumming hand just keeps going with that kind of thing as you're moving from one chord to the next. So it's very important that your first finger stays on top of all those strings, muting them all the time. Even when you relax your fingers and you move them over to the next string, they shouldn't come all the way off, especially not your first finger, because that's doing so much muting work. So now we get this. Now, all that muting should be happening between these chords, on the transition between the chords. You do not need to do this. You do not need to do some other position in order to mute the strings when you're doing all those chuckas in between. All you need to do is keep that first finger laid across all the strings. You'll get some of that extra kind of harmonic sound depending on how much distortion you have, and also depending on where your pickup is, how much of that it's getting. I get quite a bit less when I choose a different pickup. I get a lot when I'm using that pickup over there. So the last part of this chorus is going something like that. So the chorus, I think, goes 3 times through the first way I showed you. The 4th time through doesn't go up to that C power chord. It goes down to an F. From 3rd fret, root 6, down to 1st fret. Then we get open, 3rd, 2nd. This is one of those inverted power chords, which might normally look like this, or just 2 notes like that. They're 3 frets apart, and now it's happening the open string. Open, 3rd, 2nd. You might be able to just put the rest of the C chord in there too. So that's what it's implying. So if I clean up my tone a little more, that's the sound that we get. And this is pretty thick compared to the guitars that are in the recording. Like I said, it's one clean and it's one very light distortion. I think that's all I've got for these 2 songs. Have fun with those, and I will see you next time. Thank you.